So I was quite nervous to film this, and then my mum was in her bedroom like having a little lie down, so I just couldn't film until she got up and went downstairs, so I'm starting. So this is a follow-up video to my being 25 and living at home, not having a graduate job, and not driving. I'm now 26, so I turned 26 in November, so it's been 2 months. I wanted to do a follow-up video because obviously being 25 is one thing and then turning 26 is just weird. I think I'm nervous about filming this because the being 25 video got like 1,000 views, and that's just like a lot of people to me. I didn't expect it to get that many views, but I am actually quite happy that it's doing well, and a lot of people did relate to that video as well, which is quite nice to hear. Feels like I'm not sort of alone in the way that I was thinking. When I turned 25, I did search for videos to see how they felt about being 25 and stuff like that. So yeah, I think, as I say, I feel like it's important to have these discussions about getting older because, for one, obviously it's just weird in general. Like, at one point you were like 16 and it's been 10 years since I was 16, but when I was 16 I thought when I was going to be an adult, like, I'd be wearing heels all the time, and I'd be like, I just had this idea of what I would be like as an adult, and in all honesty I still feel like I'm really young, like I'm still 18. It's just a strange thing getting older. So I just kind of wanted to talk about being 26 and like how this feels, give a bit of an update to the being 25 video. But to be honest, not a lot has changed at all. I'm still in the same situation, so I'm still living at home with my mum. I'm still not driving, and I'm still in the same job, so I don't have a graduate job. Society holds a lot of expectation around young adults, young people. Anyone that's in their mid-20s, you would expect them to be in a certain place, and I feel like we should normalise the fact that a lot of people are still living at home. A lot of people are in jobs that they hate or they don't like, because not everybody can get their dream job, unfortunately. That just is what it is. Also, living at home, I think a lot more people are living at home just because of how high rent is. So all of these things, you know, come into play, and I feel like it is hard being this age and not being where society says you should be. But at the same time, I really don't think it's something that you should beat yourself up about, because it is what it is, and that's that. So I am over that, and I'm not bothered about being 26 and still living at home. But yeah, I mean, the pandemic has really impacted me learning to drive. So we've gone through like a couple of lockdowns now. We're still in one at the moment here in the UK. So I've booked my theory test like 3 times like this past year, and each time it's just been cancelled because of lockdowns. There's no point me doing any lessons when I could. I mean, now obviously I can because we're in a lockdown, but when I could have done lessons there was no point because I needed to do my theory test. So I think driving at the moment is just like I'm just deading that off at the minute because there's just no way for me to do it. So what I'm focusing more on now is just getting a mortgage with my partner. So that is something that we're hoping to do in the next couple of months. You know, fingers crossed, all being well, everything goes to plan. We did decide originally to just move out and rent because I was like, I'm really over living at home. I just want to like move in with my partner. But then with all these lockdowns and my partner was on furlough for a little bit, that was just difficult to do. So we decided we might as well just stay at home for a little bit longer and save up a bit more, and then try and get us in a mortgage, put a deposit down on a mortgage rather than renting. I think the reason that I say like, you know, I'm still living at home, I'm 26, is just because I am in a relationship. We've been together for like 2 years, and living with your parents and trying to also build a relationship is quite hard. Obviously depending on your parents' situation or whatever family situation you have, it might be lovely for you and you might love it, but for me it's just been quite difficult in some aspects. That has been a big frustration, also with the fact that I'm quite independent, and like, while it is lovely to live with my mum and have her mother me, that same mothering does just get a little bit too much for me sometimes. Not to be ungrateful, but I've been ready for like 3 years to live on my own. I moved out before for university, and then I moved out for a little while after that, and I know that I can live by myself. I'm very much a big introvert. Like I like to have my own space. Sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody and I just know for me and like my mental health and self-development, I know that being in my own space would just be a lot more beneficial for me. So yeah, that is sort of the main thing that I'm focusing on at the minute. But like I say, me being 26, it's just, I felt fine about it when I turned 26. Like I didn't feel like upset about it or anxious like I did when I was 25. It does feel weird to say I'm 26, but I don't have like an attachment to that age like I did with being 25, because I feel like 25 was like a bit of a hurdle to get over. But now like I'm over that, I feel okay about being 26, so that's quite nice. Over the past year, I have sort of realised a lot of things about myself, and I am on like a bit of a self-development, personal development journey. I just had a lot of realisations sort of last year about myself that I do want to work on. And one of the nice things about getting older is just you do get wiser. But yeah, I mean, it's weird getting older because like you're meant to be an adult, and I don't really feel like an adult just because of the things that I've already mentioned. But yeah, so I don't really know the point of this video anymore. I don't know what the message is because I feel like being 26 is just is fine now. Like I'm a bit over it. A lot of people I know will feel the same as me, maybe frustrated with your current situation, but again, everything will come in time, and sometimes I feel like waiting for things is nicer because you will appreciate it a bit more. I really don't feel like I've made sense in this video, but yeah. I quite like being 26, it's quite a nice age. But I am going to do a video talking about being an adult. So if you're my age or a similar age and you still don't feel like you are an adult, or like you're not very womanly yet, then feel free to watch that one as well, because I will dive a bit deeper into not really feeling like an adult. So yeah, thank you so much for watching if you have watched this video, and I'm gonna go because I'm just a bit of a rambly mess. Okay. Is it recording? I'm nervous. I've been setting up for so long, this is probably cold. Still good.